Some time ago, I saw Oprah talking with someone explaining that when she was younger, she went to a church and she heard the preacher say, "God is a jealous God," and that kind of took her. I don't know if she anyone explained to her or she found the answer. It's been a while, but even up until this day, I still see people replying to that, like even months ago this year, trying to answer. But I just want to say um, the type of jealous that we have, like God says, I'm a jealous God. Jealous meaning you're not supposed to do this. There's a penalty. It's I don't tolerate type of thing. But and if you look up in the dictionary, it's just going to say what we feel in our emotions, but that's not what it is. What we have when two of a person, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or whatever it is, and one is jealous, like I don't want you talking to another girl, whatever, and then if she sees that, then that means it's not to be tolerated. I don't approve to that. But then mixed emotions come in, and it's like you feel a certain type of way, like envy, and or even coveting something, like the Bible speaks of not to covet. And when you covet, it's like don't go after something that you can't have if you have patience. If you don't have it, if you can't get it right now. So when you like, oh, I wish I had that red car. I wish I had this, or to the point that people always say, oh, I'm so jealous of that car, but it's not supposed to be mingled. Jealous don't supposed to be mingled with covet and envy. Okay, let me read this. And this one is Exodus chapter 20, verse 3 to 6. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's just a commandment. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. Like, don't make an image of a big angel that's in heaven and you worship it. They were just talking about worshiping it. Or that is in the earth. People worship birds and beasts. Beneath, fish. I've seen people idols of fish. Or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. When you do that, your third generation, so fourth generation, your kid is going to get a penalty for that, because that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to do what you do. But for those who don't, I'm showing mercy unto 1,000 of them that love me and keep my commandments. For thou shalt worship no other God. This is Exodus 34:14. Thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou, and this is why he does not want another. First of all, he created you. Well, he formed you in your mother's womb. People call out to God. He takes care of you. Whether you're, if you're homeless or you didn't have a place to stay, you're sleeping in your car, whether you're sleeping under the bridge, God did not allow you to get killed or harmed. Sometimes, you're not dead. People do things. And if you did get robbed, God protected you, because the devil's out to kill you, period. But that was there will be a wake-up call that if somebody did do something to you and you still live, is you have to call on him. Like, I'm your provider, I'm your protector. If you turn to me, I can take you, I can do that. But anyway, he says not to worship another God, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a horn after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of the sacrifice. It's like, I provided for you, and I'm a living God, but you go after an idol that can't hear, that can't see, and can't do anything for you, and you worship this. But see, and a lot of times there are spirits that go into these idols. And so and I would say working the work of witchcraft or sorcery. You can get things through sorcery, but that is of evil. And God created the angels that are demons now, and they obeyed God and everything, but they disobeyed, and so now they're deformed to whatever. But for you to give them the honor, and I made you. If you invent a robot or something and it's designed to do what you ask, then if it doesn't, you'll say it's malfunction and you try to fix it. And if it doesn't obey you and it listens to someone else, then you're not going to like it. But see, this is what, and this says, and lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a horn after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a horn after their gods, and make thy sons go a horn after their gods, like the whole generation. Like there are people who do worship idols, and God don't like that. There may be a reward for them, but that's temporarily. There's a price to pay, and you don't belong to God anymore when you do that. But his type of, and when I say you, I'm not speaking of Oprah, period. I'm just speaking in general. But his jealous is not our type of jealous. Our jealous is mixed with envy and covet, where God said, don't covet. God has no reason to covet of anything, or to have, and what is a sin to us is when we desire something so bad out of envy, just something that he said, why would you do that when you can have that? Whether it be another period of time or you just have the patience. But we have mixed emotions when we say jealous, because we mixing with, I don't like that, I can't tolerate that, and now I'm hating you now, and I'm envy. But God's type of jealous is, I'm a no tolerate type of guy. I don't want, my jealous is that it's not to be done. It's not mixed with covet, and it's not mixed with envy and evil. So he doesn't have the same as us. Just like he said, my mind is not like your mind. My thoughts is not your thoughts. My ways is not your ways. And so as a human, we put what we feel really is the enemy down there, down below, that's mixing these emotions. And so we think what we feel is what God feels, but his type of jealous is not. His type of jealous, this just say jealous mean in God's eyes, no tolerance. I don't allow it. It will make me angry because I took care of you, and I'm the God that live, not them. But it's not mixed with covet and envy. Not the type of jealous is like I can't, I'm jealous like envy. So it's different. So when he says, my name is jealous, it means this. This is his name. It means I'm a no tolerant of a false God type of God. All right. I hope that helped.